Thank you for the opportunity. Good to meet all of you. Uh, it's always a tough job standing between an audience and lunch. I'll do my best to wrap it up quickly. Um, really talking about tomorrow's tech trends, we've heard a lot from very illustrious speakers before this. I want to focus more in this presentation specifically on SaaS, trends in SaaS, also in specifically in Salesforce, with a focus towards SaaS and Salesforce. Few things that I wanted to talk about, given the limited time, and I'm constraining myself to probably about 10 minutes. So I wanted to talk about trends in AI, ML, specifically within Salesforce. Also, some of the integration technologies, and mainly about also, how do we be successful as a consultant in terms of our daily lives. So whatever you heard before, it's all evolving technologies. A lot of what I'm doing is, if you look at Gartner's hype cycle, hope a lot of you have heard about it. So stages 4 and 5 are really where, after the hype cycle, enterprises have started investing. They did some experiments, they were successful, now they are investing in those. And then anything that goes to mainstream adoption, those are things I'm focusing on. So we talked, Raj talked about AI, ML, so I'll not dwell too long on it, but really wanted to say, right, what is predictive modeling? And, really it's looking at data from the past, right, and using that to predict what happens in the future. Now, it can be used for fraud detection, as an example, right? Where you say, hey, this is a trend. This is how people typically commit fraud when, it's a credit card transaction. So how do you do that? Now, it's kind of confusing, right? If you, go to any investor, he's going to say past performance is not an indicator of anything that happens in future. They use this as a disclaimer. But that's essentially what predictive modeling is telling us. You can actually learn from the past. So there is technology, hopefully at some point, the disclaimer can go away. So specifically within Salesforce, a lot of you might have seen where we use predictive modeling, areas like lead scoring, opportunity scoring. So we've done that, and I know we are working on one of these initiatives with our partner, and Shravanti has been also helping actually prove some of these ideas for lead scoring and predictive modeling. So I think I also wanted to touch briefly, right? All of these are great technologies, but also we have to have ethical AI is a major component. That we have to keep in mind. So, if the city of Los Angeles actually, is suing IBM right now, right? It's one of the largest cities because they allegedly misrepresented, the data in collecting some of the ubiquitous weather app. Similarly, Optum, is now being investigated, by regulators. Why? Because they use some algorithms by which caregivers, doctors, nurses were spending more time with white people than with black people. The algorithm told them to do this. So we have to be careful about how we use AI. Now the AI doesn't directly go to the demographics, right, and say, favor white people, but it might do something like looking at a zip code or a pin code. And when you do that, it's natural. Poor people from different backgrounds tend to congregate in some zip codes. So the algorithm might do things like that. So we have to be really careful. Again, Goldman Sachs, one of the premier investment banks, is being investigated again because their algorithm discriminated against women. When they give out credit loans, men were always getting, their credit limit was higher. So these are all some of the things we have to watch out for. Um, so Sylvester Savarese, he's the chief scientist at Salesforce. He recently wrote an article about that on the Salesforce website. I also reposted it on my LinkedIn if you cannot directly look at it. So I'll not dwell on it. The other big trend is bring your own AI. So what does that mean? I mean, we all know about Einstein. You know, all the Salesforce developers would know what Einstein is. But we can bring our own training models also into this. So it doesn't have to be just Einstein. And that's the one I was talking about, how we work with our. So it's possible not just to use Einstein, but other technologies. We keep talking about ChatGPT. Others are also talking about it. So you have, as a developer, you're always wondering, am I being replaced by ChatGPT or not? And my view is, you can think of it as a glass half full or a glass half empty, right? A glass half full is, a more optimistic person's view. So how do you do it? Use it to accelerate what you do. It's not perfect, right? So there are things we can do to accelerate. I know when we did this hackathon earlier, a lot of folks used it to automate their test cases. And there are ways in which you can do that. Now, the one thing to remember, even with ChatGPT, if we use it at work, is about being secure. Does anyone know? I mean, Salesforce has values, right? Every company has core values. For Salesforce, do we know what its number one core value is? Anyone here? You can Google for it quickly. Number one core value of Salesforce. So I'll wait till somebody says, but I'm just going to move on, right? The reason is, when we use ChatGPT, we have to be careful about how we use it. So if you're using it to write an email, for example, you do not want to specify your customer's name. So it looks like somebody knows what, there, Shravanti and someone else was saying trust. So trust is the number one value at Salesforce. And, we should make sure that we protect our customers' data. So if you are using it to write an email or generate code, you have to anonymize it. You do not want to say the name of your customer or the customer's name in ChatGPT. It has a memory. We don't want it to go outside our. So, we've been talking about a lot of, technologies that are out there, but I wanted to say, let's also be grounded, keep it real, right? So that's why I said go with the flow. Are any of these tools familiar? Anyone knows what Salesforce Code Builder is? So we all use a VS Code as our IDE. There is now a browser-based version that is available in Salesforce. So instead of VS Code, you could use there. The other thing is, there's a lot of changes in the new release with the Lightning Web Components. So I wanted to talk about things that are, our daily bread and butter, so if you will. Flows is another one. I mean, we keep talking about low code, no code. Lot of enhancements with flows. So there's almost no reason to use Apex anymore. Scoping rules, restriction rules, these are really cool tools, very, very powerful. Now, if you haven't heard about them, please look it up. Also, we all work on multiple integration projects. So there's, if you haven't heard, platform events, change data capture, Salesforce functions is the equivalent of, Lambda, if you're familiar in the AWS world. So you can use Python code or Java, .NET, any of that code, and make it work in Salesforce using Salesforce functions. So some of these are today's things that are available today, right? And we should be using them in our day-to-day lives. Salesforce CDP, the customer data platform, Genie, these are all things that are coming in the horizon. So I just want to say, what is the takeaway? Don't be that frog in the well, but really think of the world as your oyster. Explore technologies outside of Salesforce as well. So it's really the last thing I wanted to talk about, developing a customer mindset. Like, what is it to be a consultant? We all go start working at different places. But to be a good consultant, I think there are a few things we have to do, right? One is empathy. I mean, a lot of us think of it only as, I go to my customer, he tells me to do something, you take their requirements, come home and, come to work, start coding it. But really, we all will do a better job with empathy. What I mean by empathy is walk in the shoes of your customer. Put yourself, imagine you doing their job, and then what it takes, how do you make their life easy? Right? Also developing some curiosity. You heard Himesh talk about curiosity and how that, otherwise, without curiosity, we just never tend to learn. So it's really ability to do the right thing at the right time, not to be an order taker, but actually challenge the customers also. Respectfully, but we can challenge. I wanted to go through this quickly. As I said, standing between you and lunch was not the best idea, but happy to take questions if you have any.
Huge round of applause for Banu sir. Yes, this was about the morning session, and I want to promise you all there's going to be a lot of entertainment related activities from afternoon onwards. So do not miss that, because it's going to be purely entertainment.
Everyone, and welcome to the event once again. And as Sharmila has already set up the tone, we really want everybody to be energized while felicitating these people. And this is the whole reason why we kept this whole set after the lunch, right? We already have enough of carbs and desserts. We are all full with energy, so let's begin. So what we have done is we have divided our awards in two different categories. We'll start with long service awards. So long service awards are the awards given to the people, to our employees who have been into the organization for a considerable amount of time. And that's the reason we really want to felicitate them for the contribution and dedication they have given to the company. We are today what we are because of them. All right, we'll start the felicitation ceremony with the first winner for our long service awards. We'd like to congratulate Manish Arutla for completing 4 years with us. 5 years with us, but since he's in US, so we'll pass.
Round of applause for Mr.
We'll now call upon the next winner under the same category, Munisha Surapaneni.
Monisha.
The next awardee in the same category is Akhila Nema.
Give it up for Akila Nima for digital marketing specialist. On behalf of Akila.
We have long service award for Mr. Srinivas Gokul for completing 4 years.
Mr. Srinivas, are you the first? I know it was you, sir.
6 years with Dora Base. Let's congratulate Mr. Akshay Kumar. Performance Awards. These are the annual awards which are nominated by, during the whole year. So we'll start with the first category, which is budding aging stars who have just begun their career without the career so well that we have nothing more but to actually recognize and felicitate them. Let's congratulate Funny Madhav Chegu from marketing team to be the winner for Extra Mile Award.
Huge round of applause for you.
The next winner under the same category is Mahesh Chandra from HR team. We'll go to the next winner, Venkatesh Bombutla.
Moving on to the next awardee.
It's Aishwarya Kumari. All right, the winner is Shravanti Aita. So the award goes to ECI Managed Services team.
Give it up for Team ECI. Last award, last R&R for friendliness.
And again, I don't hear a word. I hope everybody is still up and enjoying the event. Good afternoon, everyone. I want you all to wake up and just focus your attention for next few moments for this important topic for today. Can I have the presentation on screen, please? So what does this word workforce management mean to all of you? Does it sound very HR-ish, right? But it's very simple to understand. It's nothing but the way, the basic principles or policies as you call, the way the organization wants to manage their workforce is what we call as workforce management. Yeah. So today we are going to see what is future of workforce management. And I think in the beginning of the event today, we have already set the tone where we want to go, right? The future in digital space, the future of Sudhakar sir. So again, I want to continue the momentum and show you what does the future of workforce management is stored for us. The very first tenet or trend for the future of workforce management is adapting to new skills. Now, what do you think we need to adapt to new skill? We are from all IT industry, right? We understand the importance of new age innovation, the technology advancement that keeps happening day in, day out. So that's the more reason why we need to adapt to new skills. And what we need to do to adapt to new skills? We need to keep upskilling and reskilling ourselves, right? I tell you what, as per a new, a study which is done by one of a very important forum, it declared that more than 75% of our industry leaders are actually investing in creating a culture in an organization which imbibes more continuous learning. So what we need is we want employees to invest in continuous learning and invest in themselves to continue to redevelop, reskill themselves so that they are there at par with industry, so that they are there at par with the technology which is there in the industry. So this is why we say our next first future trend for workforce management is adapting to new skills. Moving on to the next trend, digitization, right? As the word suggests, a lot of organizations these days are investing into digital business transformation. Why? Because it completely changes not over our internal processes or capabilities, but it is also impacting big time how our employees want or what our employees are expecting from employers, right? As an employee, we want automation to take place also in our internal processes, right? HR is no more a manual work, or so is for enabling functions we talk about. So automation has taken a front seat, and that is where the whole digital transformation has become a forefront for our business leaders. So what helps us, why we would need automation? We want employees to stay at the forefront of technology, to stay managed. All our performances or maybe our reports or whatever we want to see in a workspace, they all become more managed when we adopt these digital tools, right? So this is all about the second trend that we talk about for workforce management. Moving on to the third trend, it's about the employee experience. And believe me, nothing has changed in this part. Employee experience was important before, it is important today, and it is going to be an important element even in future. So how can we improve the employee experience? Is definitely by employee engagement. I would say industry have seen a great shift, and I would say industry and whereas industry leaders have started invested in employee engagement activities all the more than before. And I would say employee engagement is not only strict to the engagement programs or initiatives we have, but it also involves well-being of employees. When we say well-being, it's mostly seen post-COVID that employee mental, physical, and emotional well-being has been all the more important than ever. Are you with me on that? We have already been there, right? Though I'm talking about the trends, but don't you think that our organization has already been on this track, right? Is there a yes or a no there? Great. So yes, employee well-being has been and will be the focus. And what overall is the motive, or what is the overall intention by achieving employee experiences, having a greater productivity overall? Moving on to our fourth trend, evolving workforce. Now, diversity has become all the way very important, and as a diverse workforce, we see more and more thought processes into the organization. We see different mindsets walking into the organization, more ideas around us. So, more than before, diversity and inclusion as a topic has taken up a forefront, and this not only brings up an opportunity for an organization to have multiple talents in the organization, but it also gives a sense of value, sense of importance for an employee, because they feel more valued, they feel more engaged in the organization, and they are more attached to the mission and vision of the organization. So definitely diversity and inclusion is going to be the hot topic for future. And last but not least, our corporate social responsibility. I will tell you, as per a very recent survey which is done, a lot of millennials are actually opting to join organizations who invest in philanthropy purposes. And it's right. We see people joining organizations who actually serve for the society, who have a cause to serve. So this is becoming all the way more important, not only for an employee, but also for employers, as the intention is to giving it back to the society. And I'm sure we don't have to, we cannot agree more. We're already on the track. We already have seen the way our CEO and some of our employees are already on the same track. So these are the all 5 trends I've just taken you through, which we have as a future for workforce management. So what do you say? Are you there in our future to shape up our future together? Yeah? Great. Thank you all, and thank you for being a wonderful audience.
Most of you have participated and we also have winners. To handle this session of hackathon, can we have on stage Partha and Mr. Banu?
All of the participants and everyone in the organizing committee who really helped and mentored the teams. So without saying much, all I'll say is that it is really a teamwork that makes the dream work, and the hackathon just showed that. So thank you all.
First foray into something like this. And, before we announce the winning team, I think we can play a video. And then you have the ability to upvote or downvote an idea. So this team looked at a lot of things that many people globally want in Salesforce, but is not there. And then they said, amongst those features which everyone wants, which is it something that I can build in a day? And almost you saw about 4,000 or 5,000 people wanted something like this. And then they took a stab at making it happen. Vamshi, Ayu, Ramji, and Vaishnavi, team members. You guys want to say a few words?
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizers who organized the hackathon. Very grateful for the event. And then I'm very happy for the team which we had. So each and every one of us had to play a role. So, and I'm glad that it all came together. And finally, very happy to be receiving the award.
It's a great honor for us, all of us, in terms of many teams participating and then stiff competition. I would definitely saw that on that day. And then thanks for the organizers for giving us this opportunity to show our talent. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. That's all I can say. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
At this function, but it's not yet ready. Apparently, some logistical issues. I apologize for that. But yeah, it'll be sent to you guys directly. But congratulations again, and happy for all of you. So, if all the different teams from Hackathon can just come on stage, please. Just want to acknowledge that they all.
The wait is no more, guys. We have all been waiting for this moment today, in fact, and the moment is here, no more waiting. The grand launch for which all of us are here is just here. But I want to see the excitement and enthusiasm from all of you. So are you all excited for the grand launch? No, that energy is not enough. So if you're shouting here, people all the way in the Dallas office should hear it. Yeah. Are you all ready for the grand launch? Yeah. Here we go. Increase the volume, please.
It means perfect moment and the right time to unlock the possibilities. So with that, we move on to the unveil of the next big thing. That's a website. So an epic has a story has a set of chapters. So the website brings in the new service catalog, which is around digital transformation and digital quality engineering services. So with our solutions and services are set to deliver a lot of momentum in terms of taking our customers to the digital next businesses. I would request Jagdish and Andy to be on the stage for the unveil of the website, please.
What is success? Accomplishment of a goal, a favorable outcome, a one-time euphoria, or something more. Success is a habit. It's repeatable. Each step you take brings you closer to the future you want. At Kairos, we are committed to make every success story repeatable. That's by our core values, building on the promise of a dynamic innovation. We are empowering businesses to embrace change, augment digital transformation, digital quality engineering, and data quality with artificial intelligence-based solutions, while enabling not just mainstream automation, but also task automation, and make data-driven businesses reality, making it possible to create holistic growth experiences at speed. But is it enough to make success repeatable? No. So we free from restrictions. We share the design, code, and customization work, driving customer success even after an engagement is over. Investments in continuous learning and clear roadmaps for career growth further this cause, enabling our people with the knowledge and skills they need. With our core values as a guide rail, we meet our people where they want to be, answer the call for positive change, and let employee centricity lead the way for customer centricity. We're marking the beginning of a new era, a new outlook, a new standard of progress, with a new look for kairostech.com, showcasing our end-to-end portfolio in digital quality engineering services and solutions, our R&D unit, K-Labs, in-depth case studies, CSR initiatives and insights, a new perspective on total quality assurance that goes beyond creating flawless products and services to deliver total experience, and a visual identity that reflects our passion, innovation, excellence, and trustworthiness. Built for businesses to expand their digital landscape. Because success is about more than just achieving the obvious. It's about embracing the new, staying ahead of the trends, and using technology to unlock disruptive innovation. Success is about being ready for the future.
A new look of our website. Thank you. So moving on, K-Labs. K-Labs has been the powerhouse, which is an R&D unit for Kairos, and innovation has been in our DNA, and technology is evolving at an ever-changing speed, and innovation is the baseline or the backbone to it. So we as Kairos have always been passionate and committed to come up with innovative ideas. So K-Labs brings in an array of solutions in terms of putting us as a pioneer in the digital quality engineering and digital transformation space. So I would request to call upon Raj Niravati, who has been the mentor and is the board of directors, who has also been strategizing the technology products for us. Thank you, Raj. Do you want to say some words?
As Radhika said that, they have shown me the bits and pieces of how the development is happening. And I've seen some glimpses of what's happening, but I'm truly blown away when I've seen the video. Man, it looks so good, so good. So every single person who's part of Kairos, every single person who's built all of this, I think kudos to all of you. Great, great round of applause to entire Kairos team. It looks fantastic and it looks world class. I think Jagdish, Andy, you have much higher targets for this year. Looking at the way this is done, I think sky is the limit, guys. I think it's really, really amazing how we are shaping up as a company. I'm so happy to look at this video and to look at the website. I just had a glimpse on the mobile. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Really good job, guys. Good job.
So we will have a launch of KeyTap. KeyTap, which is again one of the product or an innovative product from K-Labs. So KeyTap stands for Kairos Intelligent Test Automation Platform. So this is the first of its kind, the world's best AI-powered test automation platform where the source code can be delivered on the client premises. No strings attached, no vendor locking. So over to Raj for the unveiling.
Yeah, go ahead.
To keep your customers happy and to reduce team burnout, KeyTap combines AI, test automation, and our testing domain knowledge to build the confidence and momentum and deliver your digital success. More about KeyTap in a bit. World-class customer experiences are delivered when business users can quickly author tests. Automation must deliver release readiness and extend to activities such as test data, infrastructure, and defect intelligence. The recently evolved low-code, no-code, and self-healing tools evolve automation to a next level, but raise new questions. A potential vendor lock-in aside, the new tools cannot run end-to-end test playbooks. Apparently, their usage of AI is limited. KeyTap is an AI-driven, low-code test automation platform that seamlessly integrates with your CI/CD pipeline We combine AI, automation, and our knowledge and testing domain for your digital success. You get unattended test execution for behavior-driven tests written in natural language, and self-healing, low-code automation scripts that use multiple tools on-prem and in the cloud. Test automation is powered with service virtualization, test data management, and seamless integration with your CI/CD tools for early and continuous feedback loops. You get real-time test reports with defect intelligence and executive dashboards for visibility and control on digital quality. Key chatbots with the adaptive and generative AI power automate intelligent testing. Our domain knowledge in testing and data from your test history speed up digital readiness. You can confidently deliver new customer experiences. Get a personalized demo from the minds behind KeyTap today.
Again, a great innovation. I think it's important to recognize what is the value of IP, particularly in customer conversations. Like, see, every single person out there gives you the testing services. If you talk about testing, if you talk about digital quality engineering, every single company out there tells the same services. The true way of differentiating a company is actually by their IP. How a company stands apart is by using IP. And most of the companies actually build IP after they are profitable, after they have enough money in the bank, and then when they have excess, that excess is actually used for building of IP. But I'm amazed to see that Kairos, even though they are a growing company, even though we are not that profitable, I think the hunger to innovate, the hunger to stand apart is actually making them invest on such a strong IP. So kudos to every single person who's contributing to KeyTap. I'm pretty sure that this is going to really make a difference on the conversation. So congratulations and good job. And I also like the message of the source code, because in the afternoon they actually announced it to the press. So tomorrow you might be seeing it in all the newspapers and social handles also about it. The first question that the press asked this team is, how are you going to handle the tools, and is there a customer lock-in? Because a lot of customers who really want to use any of these automation tools is, their first inhibition is, we will adapt this, but what if this product is not scaling up to my needs? Or, because I'm using this platform, will I be logged in with you forever? I've been into these conversations millions and millions of times. We try to man over those conversations, or we try to actually answer them saying that, we want to be there with you for long term, blah, blah, blah. You can trust us, blah, blah, blah. But I think this is the first time a company is actually coming out, standing bold and saying that, you know what, by adapting to this, you're not in a relationship where you have to suffer. We are giving you source code on the day one, and source code of this KeyTap is deployed on your prem. And guess what? If you don't like it, this is yours to keep. You're not, worried about vendor locking, where Kairos has to be always there. I think that's a very bold statement to go out, and that's a very unique way of engaging with the customers. So congratulations on that as well. Good show, guys. Good show.
So he has been a great mentor and colleague, my travel guru as well. Okay, so Sai, so this is a very, a double excitement moment, because I have a competitor unveiling my IP. So thank you for it. So before I just talk about I just hand over the mic to Sai. The next IP that we are unveiling is Data Quality Gateway. This is an all-in-one, no-code solution which is specifically built for data analysts and business users to make data a profitable asset. This is again one of a cutting-edge, innovative product built on AI and ML from the powerhouse of K-Labs. Over to you, Sai.
Thank you, Radhika. I know Radhika for 23 years, and she's my neighbor too. Vidish and Sudhakar for the last 12 years. I think the brains these folks have, I think, and it's surely, and the sky is the limit. And whatever I'm seeing, it scared me a little, like a competition. And also, it's a music to the ears, and anybody who's in a quality engineering for the last 25 years, yeah. So it's a music to the ears in any large enterprise. And I think the Raj statement was pretty bold. We'll give you the source code away, and no need to have a long-term marriage. I think this kind of a value proposition. I think surely 2023 will be a transformation year for Kairos. Good luck, guys.
DQ Gateway from K-Labs, the R&D unit of Kairos, is your all-in-one, no-code solution for data quality. It helps data analysts and business users make your data a profitable asset. More about DQ Gateway in a bit. Modern businesses realize that data is the heart and soul of their digital growth. From IoT devices and wearables to social media and mobile apps, huge amounts of data is generated every second and gets consumed by upstream systems beyond boundaries. Now, can this data be capitalized? In reality, as estimated by IBM, $3.1 trillion is the yearly cost of poor quality data in the US alone. So, to make business critical decisions with data that has traversed various systems and transformation processes, you need a reliable solution for data quality. A solution that assures business owners that the data has passed the quality checks, complied with the business rules, got remediated for upstream usage. DQ Gateway is a configurable, extensible, and rule-based ETL testing and remediation tool that readily integrates with your CI/CD pipeline for seamless data ops. It validates the completeness, accuracy, timeliness, uniqueness, consistency, and business readiness of enterprise data. You can visualize the correlations and anomalies in the data sets to enrich data quality. DQ Gateway's 6S strategy enables you to source, sample, study, sanitize, secure, and supply the data for upstream consumers, all with just a few clicks. You get the advantage of ready-made connectors, configurable quality checks, remediation and cleansing via ML-driven pattern recognition, and insightful dashboards. You can implement the solution on-prem or get it on demand from our cloud-hosted data quality engineering as a service. Capitalize your data the right way with DQ Gateway.
Step forward towards the vision which Mr. Sudhakar has announced in the morning, towards being a billion-dollar company. So this is just a beginning. We have many more miles to go, and we look forward to reach new horizons and be a future-ready Kairos. Thank you.
Into categories. After each category, people, awardees finish receiving their awards, then all the group are going to dance together, because it's going to take a lot of time. If we do all the 70 dances here, it's going to take a lot of time. So, Ms. Akshita, all over to you. Who completed 5 years with religiously working hard and improving. All these employees, especially Mr. Vasudha Babu, who has been
memory as well. जरा गोल हो जाए अभी. Give it up for the largest team of the play. Team Skill AI.
లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. ఫర్ మోర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ అండ్ స్టే ట్యూన్ టు ITTV.